Hello everybody, welcome to the Hacienda. Rivet here. Today we're finally going to make my Georgian beef soup, Kharcho. Yes, I got the idea from the recipe in this book, Culinaria Russia. It is probably the most popular, it's a national soup of Georgia. It's that famous and that good. A couple of the key ingredients is, of course, tamale sauce, and I'll put the link here in the notes in the corner where you can see how I made it. This stuff is a thickener and a seasoning sauce, and it is so delicious. It's a condiment. This is a national condiment of Georgia. It's like the ketchup or salsa. I've eaten it on ham, which is absolutely delicious, over scrambled eggs, and believe it or not, spooned over steamed broccoli. Absolutely delicious. In Georgia, this stuff, when used as a condiment, is eaten cold. So that's fantastic. We also need seasoning, Khmeli Suneli. I made that also, and I'll put the link to see how you make that spice. We're going to use dill. We got tomato, garlic, onion. We've got some regular Hungarian sweet paprika, black walnuts, locally grown and harvested. Now we're going to crush them, and typically that's also used as a thickener in the soup. Now the authentic Kharcho calls for rice. Okay, I was going to use rice, but I have pearl barley. I love pearl barley, so that is going to be my take on substituting the rice for pearl barley. So all of you who are starting to scream, oh my goodness, it's not authentic, take a hike. There's about as many versions of this soup as there are babshkas in Georgia, so this is my version. We got bay leaves and we got celery. The beef we're going to use is a flat off a brisket. Traditionally, mutton or brisket is used in this recipe. Unfortunately, I don't have mutton. I'd use it if I got it. But we're going to have the flat, and I've already trimmed the point, rubbed it, and I'm going to make burnt ends out of that. So stick with me, and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, in a very large stock pot, we've got 6 quarts of cold water, and to that we're going to add 5 of these large Knorr beef bouillon cubes. Now to that, we're going to add the brisket that I've cut up into cubes, about that size as you can see. And we're going to turn up the heat to high, bring it to a boil, and then turn it down to simmer, and we're going to simmer it for 2 hours. So join me then. Alright, what we're going to do now is we got, how much? 12 ounces of local black walnuts. Now, I want to take an aside and talk about this mortar and the 2 pestles that I'm going to grind them in. This is a beautiful handmade tool. Carved, turned from a solid block of wood by a good man in Ireland. His name is Brendan, and his YouTube channel is Bacon Soda. Now, many years ago, I was watching him do a video, and I asked him if I could buy one from him, and he so graciously mailed it to me for free. And he wrote here for John and BMAC, July 2015. Now, yeah, that's Dak in the background. He's wanting to be in the movie. And the beauty about his designs are the radius of the pestles are not the same as the radius of the mortar. So you can catch the actual ingredients and actually grind them. If you buy store-bought mortar and pestles, oftentimes the radius is the same and it fits in there and you can't grind anything. All you got to do is pound it. So let's go ahead and grind up the nuts. Oh yeah, this is going to make short order of these walnuts. Now I did overfill it a little bit, but that's okay. This works so marvelously, Brendan. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And people, go check out Bacon Soda. That's the name of his channel. I'll put the link down there. Send him some love. Tell him Rivet sent you. Like and subscribe. Let's go ahead and finish the nuts. Meanwhile, in a large stock pot, we're going to melt 1 stick butter, to which we're going to add the 6 large onions, or 5 rather, that are small diced, okay? And we're going to fry them for a little while. Okay, everything's starting to come together real nicely now. We've added the onions to the pot and mixed that in. The meat was cooking for 2 hours. It's real tender. Now we're going to add the 6 bay leaves and a generous cup of that pearl barley. And we're going to mix that in and continue to simmer. Oh, for about another 10-15 minutes. Okay, this is smelling fabulous, and we really haven't put all the main ingredients in there yet. So the first thing we're going to do now, this is after 15 minutes, is a 6 chopped cloves of garlic, the 12 ounces of crushed walnuts, 1/3 cup dill, 1 tablespoon Hungarian sweet paprika. Now let's mix that up. Okay, once that's mixed up, we need 1/2 cup of Khmeli Suneli spice mix, 1 bunch each of parsley and cilantro, 2 pounds diced tomatoes. Oops, there went one on the floor. The 4 ribs of celery and their leaves. And finally, 2 cups of the Tkemali sauce. Tkemali, whatever. Oh, this stuff is absolutely gorgeous. So delicious. Alright, so we're going to mix that up well. And we're going to let it simmer for another 15 minutes. Then it's done. And here you have it. Kharcho soup. Kharcho. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, the smell is incomparable. The meat, that brisket, fall apart tender. That 2 hours of simmering, fantastic. And look how pretty that soup is. It is just gorgeous. Now, admittedly, it took a lot of steps. It was hard to make, but it's worth every bite, every bit of time. It's just a kaleidoscope of flavors going on in there, with the walnuts and the garlic and the tamale sauce and the Knorr Suneli seasonings, and of course the fresh parsley and cilantro. Oh my gosh, big meaty chunks. Folks, if you want to try something fantastic, go ahead, take the plunge, make it incomparable. Thanks for watching, people. Bye-bye.